When you get the CPAP machine home, it will come in a bag that looks like this. Within the bag, you will have your CPAP machine. You'll have your mains cable, which will plug into the socket, and the other end will plug into the transformer. The transformer will then plug into the back of the CPAP machine. You will have your hose, and you'll have your mask. There is also a filter situated under the side flap of the CPAP machine. The mains cable plugs into the transformer, like so. The transformer plugs into the back of the CPAP machine, like so. Make sure it's pushed in firmly so it makes a connection. The hose then attaches to the back of the CPAP machine using the elbow joint. And the other end of the hose attaches to your mask. So when you first plug the CPAP machine in, the first thing that will come up on the screen is the company name, which is ResMed, followed by a split window, and then another window appears. This window is saying it's preparing a data card. There is a data card in the side of the CPAP machine, and this records your compliance data, how many hours you've used the machine. Because it's constantly recording to that card, if that card comes out, you may get an error message appear on the screen. So make sure that card is always in there. This is the home screen that you eventually get to. At the end of the day, this is the only button you are going to need to press, and it will turn the machine both on and off. When you push the button, the machine will turn on. Within the circle is the current pressure, and at the top right corner is the upper pressure that the machine will get to. To stop the machine blowing, you push the same button and that stops it blowing. This button takes you to the home screen. There are a couple of settings that are open for you to change in My Options. When you turn the dial, whatever you highlight in blue, you can then select. So in My Options, we'll push the dial down to select that. The first option is the ramp time. The machine gives you a period of time where it starts at the lower pressure and will gradually build up to give you a period of time so you're comfortable and you're able to fall asleep before it reaches the higher pressure. There are two ways of setting this. If we select the ramp time, you can set a period of time. Currently I've set it to 20 minutes. So this means when you turn the machine on, it will start at a lower pressure. Over the 20 minutes, it will gradually increase in pressure, hopefully so you don't notice the increase. And by the end of the 20 minutes, it will be at the higher pressure. If, however, you are still awake after the 20 minutes and it's at the higher pressure, it may feel slightly uncomfortable. The other option for setting the ramp setting, if you continue to turn the dial past the timings and set it to auto, the machine will then take over. It will start at the lower pressure and it will stay at the lower pressure until you go to sleep and your apneas occur, at which point it will detect that an apnea has occurred and the pressure will then increase to the upper level we have set it to. We shall select that. The next option is which mask you're using. And the reason we would adjust this is simply because the machine has to compensate for the leak coming from the mask or the air vent. You can also run a mask fit. If you run this, you select it and push the dial, and it will blow air through your hose and your mask and give you a green smiley face if you have a good fit, or an angry red face if you have too much of a leak. As soon as you get a good seal with your mask, obviously after some adjustment, you will go back to having a green smiley face. To stop the mask fit, if you push the dial again, that will stop it blowing. The last function, these machines have their own Wi-Fi. We are going to be set up so we can communicate with your machine remotely. That will give us access to your compliance data as well as your settings. If you are traveling by plane, although it's okay not to use the machine while you are traveling, or you do not want us to connect to your machine, by turning the aeroplane mode on, you can turn the Wi-Fi off. But that will mean that we cannot connect to your CPAP machine. So make sure it is always set to off. Those are the options that are open for you to adjust. Otherwise, your clinical physiologist will have preset those settings for you, and the treatment will be fine to use as soon as you get it home. You push the button and the machine will turn on. At the current settings, your ramp is on auto, so that means the machine will come in at a pressure of 4, and it will stay at the pressure of 4 until you go to sleep, and then it'll go up to a pressure of 8. The screen will go blank during the night, so it's not glaring at you, but it will continue to blow. In the morning when you wake up, you push the same button to stop the machine blowing. Your sleep report is displayed, which tells you how long you've used the machine for and whether or not you've had a good seal with the mask. In order to turn the machine off completely or put it into standby, you hold the on-off button down until the screen goes blank, and that turns the machine off.